I'm just gonna chop it up on this for whether people come up in here or not. I'll come back and probably make this into a bunch of shorts and other stuff later. Uh, put a thumbnail on it. I got a bunch of thumbnails I got to do for different topics I've been covering. And in my last one, before I had to shut that one down and do an order, pick up an order, I was talking about the new movies that are either out or coming out, and whether or not you're interested in like the new Mortal Kombat, Masters of the Universe, He-Man, and Grogu and the Mandalorian. I was asking which one. I had a poll. Somebody just said Mandalorian, like that was their favorite. But it's only like one person, so y'all just I don't know what to do with y'all. Yeah, I get so many people in these lives, and I be like trying to be social with y'all because this is social media, you know. And y'all, it'd be like four people just staring at me. Word to my man Ricky Smiley used to have a character he would do. I'm little Daryl, you know. Y'all little Daryl, man. Y'all up in here little Daryl and me, man. Y'all on some little Daryl shit, man. If you don't know what it is, look it up. You gotta know this history, man. Know your art's history and comedy. That's an art form. All day it is. Yo, but anyway, I literally just witnessed the first drone leaving a store that I pick up orders from and doing a little cable that it pulls up the little box with the order. I said, oh snap. So that's how it works. It was kind of cool to watch it do what it do because I've seen drones go up before, and I've worked on movies where I've seen some of the biggest drone I ever seen in my life in person was about as wide as a small sedan, you know, and like literally the circumference of a small sedan, and that thing was powerful. Like it was blowing so much wind with the little helicopter blades that it was like, man, when it go over you, and that was when we were doing the House of Blues scene for the Tupac movie, the Tupac film with the last major one that came out with the young brother who looks just like him. Yeah, I was part of that audience for that movie, and so they had a drone shot to get that look, and it was a huge one. They kept telling us like, please just act like it's not there. We don't want y'all looking up at the drone waving or nothing like that. Just keep your eyes on the stage. So everybody had to act like they're not feeling this wind blowing over us as this thing go by. And for safety reasons, you know, they were very. There was a bunch of people there, you know, checking stuff, making sure everything was everything, so don't fall on the heads of the people and stuff. You know, it was a lot. It was a lot. But I just watched a drone in the parking lot go up, and I got a video of it, so I'm gonna do a short of it and put that up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna make something to make a statement too. It'll be like, yo, for all my fellow couriers, everybody who do what I'm doing, this is it, y'all. Our days are numbered for real. Like seriously, it's next 5 years. That's it. That's it. If you still in America in the next 5 to 10 for sure, but five ain't gonna be no work. Like one of my homies said that in a video that I did. Shout out to Brian Abear, legendary Atlanta artist, good friend of mine, family to ONYXCON, you know what I'm saying? ONYXCON familia for life. One of my homies, great artist, great friend. And I hadn't seen him in a while. He said, man, ain't nobody gonna be working, man. Hey, no, we're gonna all be home. And the way he said it, I was agreeing because I knew what he meant, but I just thought at the time, you know, because this was literally like, I think that was last September. I just thought, yeah, you know, we you know, it is gonna get bad, but no. It don't get bad. It is bad. It is already there. Like, these corporations are cutting people. When Disney lost all those people, Marvel cut all those people. That was a sign, man. When people making that kind of money, making those level movies that make billions, when they can afford to let those people go, everybody else doing whatever we doing to get by. Because I'm one who has the same kind of talents as those people who got let go. I just never went that deep into the digital space with my visual art. But I know that lane. You know, and so I can only imagine the devastation of the families involved, the people's. I mean, just your whole lifestyle shook because you just you know you betting on this. You're gonna retire on this, and you gonna get your props as a legend, and you thinking that's all it's gonna ever be. No, that wasn't in their plan. Which is why I'm always, whenever I go live, whenever I get on this topic, I'm always saying, What is your plan for your life? Because if you're betting on other companies and people who have an agenda to make nothing but profit, and they've already done the psychological research. They know how many of you will still buy their product even once you're fired. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell me that people who got let go won't ever go see another Disney movie. Some of them will be like that about it, and I can understand. But that'll be a minority. Most of them will be, even in their anger, will want to go see, well, what did the damn that replaced me do? You know, let me go see what that did. Spend my money and go see these motherfuckers. You still go, they still got you. They're gonna get them, plus they know they're gonna get the general public. People can't wait for this new Doomsday Marvel Avengers joint to come out. Whether it's good or bad, people are going to see it. Why? Because it's hype at this point. It's about the status of Marvel. Yeah, yeah. All right, y'all, we back, we back. And yeah, y'all, I just think we really need to all, that's why I've been talking all day and telling people go vote. Please go vote. Please go vote. Make sure you vote. Don't take your voice for granted. And to hell with all that. Oh, it don't matter. They're gonna do what they want to do in this government. Well, you can see that's exactly what the is going on. And miss me with all that. What we used to be able to say, because I even used to say this, but I used to say that phrase, oh, right wing, left wing, one bird. I used to say that back when there was not this MAGA maggot BS. Now, they ain't no bird no more. There ain't no bird no more, baby. It's them and there's everything else. I'm telling you. I mean, shit, this is broken up. It's all divided. It's all broken up. So miss me with all that talking about it don't matter. It's all one thing. No, 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 no. Now, these fools on some our corporation friends versus everything else in the world. That's what they are. That's why they making enemies everywhere, here and abroad. That's it, man. That's it. Plain and simple. Even with the lowest approval ratings and everything, just acted just full steam ahead, like ain't nothing changed. Don't even care. Don't even matter. You know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So knowing that's what it is, I'm saying for everybody else who's truly a part of the human family, everybody else who really does love people and wants to experience great opportunities and what the creative art life can bring you. Because I always tell you, after survival, everything else you're pursuing in life is art. Most people don't understand what art is, so as soon as I say that, they're like, man, what you talking about? I don't care nothing about no art. That's because you don't know what it is. You don't really understand the definition of art. Every time you go on a vacation, what do you go to see? Well, I'm going to see the beaches or I'm going to see the mountains or what. Okay, the beauty of nature, the beauty, the magnificence of the rest of nature. You're a part of that, by the way. You're a mammal. You know what I'm saying? We're animals. Yep. So you don't separate yourself. You're part of that, first of all. Second of all, yes, you're going to see the land. You want to meet the people you never met. Okay? We are art, not just those you are attracted to sexually. For my grown folks, this is grown folks' conversation, so kids go to bed, okay? This is grown folks time. All right? Not just that, just people are just cool people. Like, man, I really like their energy. That was really fun over there with those folks. I like how they did that. I like how everybody treat me. I like this. That's an experience. Okay? You going for the food. Culinary art. It's big words for some of y'all. Y'all don't use these words regularly. Some of y'all failed the SAT. All right? Culinary. Food. The art of making food and presenting food. Culinary art. Okay? You want to eat some good food. You want to see some good food. You want to taste some good food. You want to see some beautiful people. You want to see beautiful things. Visual art. You want to listen to the music. You want to dance. You want to dance. You want to do music. You're doing art. You dance. That's an art. You listen to the music. That's an art. Somebody said, I don't care about none of that. I just like to get fresh and get dressed. What the hell are you talking about? Fashion, art. There's no escape, people. There's no escape. We're all living for the sake of art. Everything we say we enjoy about life is an art. Did you hear what I said? Everything. I'm cutting no slack. I ain't leaving no leeway for that. I said everything you're living for after survival is art. You said, man, I'm just a family man, family woman. I just want to be around my family. Yeah, but what do y'all do? Well, we sit down and watch a movie. What do you think a movie is? Art. You're not going to escape it. There's nothing you could say to this definition that is going to defy what I'm saying. It's a fact. You live for art, whether you respect it or not. The problem is not respecting it. Because if you respected it, you would never let people who don't understand it and have no absolute, the weakest creative minds in the world control the world. You wouldn't let them control shit because you know, man, no wonder why stuff is so ugly and crazy and why people are willing to go to war and stuff. War does not produce anything, anything other than the long process of trying to get back to, we got some art now. I heard somebody talking today. Shout out to, I love to shout out his channel more and more because he has some good points. This young brother be saying some stuff. Vacation Time with Ryan. He's younger than me, you know, but he's smart and he's positive, and I like how he expresses himself about his travels and what he wants out of travel. His channel is mostly about travel, but what's the whole point of travel? I told you, to go see arts, to experience artistic, creative experiences. That's everything we're always looking for, right? And he was talking about how in his latest video, he was talking about how Venezuela being opened up now. What would that mean for the country? You know, does that mean that it will become yet another hotspot that American expats and people who have the financial wherewithal, whether a lot of money or a little bit of money to get there? I mean, you know, thanks to Spirit, less of the folks who got less, because I was one of them that I hated Spirit, you know, mostly, but I flew it when I could because it was affordable. That's all. Simple and plain. Now it's all about Frontier and whoever's left. I don't know if I've ever flown JetBlue, but Frontier is my first choice anyway when it comes to affordable airlines. And they're not perfect, but they're much better. I haven't had the worst experiences with them. So I always say Frontier's cool with me. Plus, I like their theme. I like the whole animal theme on every plane. And, you know, I'm an outdoorsman, so I love, you know, look on the plane. It's a fox. Okay, they got a badger. Oh, this is such and such squirrel. It's a penguin. It's a lion. It's a rhinoceros. It's a giraffe. I love that. I love that whole animal theme they got going. You know, that's cool as hell. Very cool. Yeah, and I like when you getting off the plane, they have this little mist on sometimes. I don't know if they do it on all flights, but it's like a little mist that makes the air fresh when you know that dank plane air. Wait a minute, hold up, where we going? Okay, they going that way. Okay, we'll miss that light, no problem. Respect. That was an ambulance. Anyway, but you know, like Frontier is cool, like I say. But anyway, back to the topic. So the guy, and I don't mind shouting out channels. He probably never looked at my channel. I've hit his comments a few times, gave him some props. You know, he got way better numbers than me already. But some of these young cats like that, they be so cocky and stuff. I know they don't really. I wonder sometimes if they ever look at the real comments, not the trolls, the real people like me who will say something positive and go look at their channels, you know, and realize, oh, this is my tribe. Yeah, man. Like this is the OG for real over here. This is the ones you really need to be bonding with. Everybody like us need to know each other. I always say that. Everybody on YouTube that's got something positive going on in any aspect of life that is creative, we need to know it. We need to know of each other. We ain't gotta be paired up doing a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to collab, that's the ultimate form. Great. But I know most people are scary and think everybody's out to get them and shice them and be scammy. So I know how I feel about that. You know, you're gonna have to go through a lot of vetting to get cool enough for me that I'm gonna do business with you. But I don't mind shouting out a channel and giving people support because I know that that's the only way any of us win is word of mouth and recommendations and all that. So anyway, Vacation Time with Ryan. Look him up. Good brother. And it's Ryan. Cool energy. I like his stuff for the most part. I haven't heard him mess up or say something that was too. He reminds me of people I knew in college that I could have been cool with at that age. If we were the same age, somebody I'd be cool. You know, he felt like people had misinterpreted his words when he had made a statement about Venezuela opening up and saying that, well, I think, you know, y'all, and mind you, his audience is mostly, I mean, he got everybody, but mostly young black men like himself who might want to travel, ain't never traveled. Some of them have traveled. And so, coming from that perspective, you know, like I said, because he's young and stuff, I've seen him do like a rap video and stuff where he had on like gold fronts and jewelry and all the, you know, typical look. But having heard him speak and everything, and even if you listen to the lyrics of the song, I don't know all of it because he was speaking in Spanish or some of it, and he's in Miami, so he knows some Spanish and stuff like that. And then he had the hot girls and all that. It was a dude from, I assume, from the country singing in the song or whatever. So like he does music too, and it was pretty cool. But it's like I could tell the energy wasn't like ratchet or nothing. It's just it's trendy. He doing the stuff that looks like now to capture an audience, but he wasn't saying nothing vulgar or anything. I was like, okay, I see it. I see what we're doing here. I like this, right? And he was saying like, let's not mess it up like we did. And he's saying all this we type stuff, but I was like, I don't claim people. That's why I say all the time, I don't do it for no culture because ain't no one culture. Ain't no one way to be nothing. Like the fact that I say he looks like what's typical of a certain thing, but then if you listen, he's not. So is he of the culture? No, he's got his own culture. So this is why I say I do it for the cultures with a Z, because there's a variety out here. And most of us who are on something positive and uplifting and generally, yeah, we got our naughty side, we got our fun, wacky, wow, whatever side, but within boundaries, within sanity, within legal parameters anywhere in the world, not to get in trouble and end up in jail or worse. You know what I mean? So he was talking about how, I don't want to see it turn into another what's happened in some parts of Colombia, what's happened in some parts of, and he specified that too. He's like, I'm not saying that the things that have happened literally are the whole country. I'm talking about where the hot spots are, the red light districts, the places where guys from here, America, are going there. Some of them knowing they could never talk to a woman who's ultra attractive here because when nobody give them the time of day because they sloppy fat, they don't take care of themselves, they drink and smoke all the time, they really don't have no libido, but they think they so hot. Yeah, well, I could run a real hard list on all that nonsense, right? But they talk big game, right? And he was saying in so many words, he's like, yo, this is a problem because those kind of folk, when they go places, they come with their, if they got a little money, that's all they think they need to do to get over. And in some cases, that is all they need to get over. But when they start acting out and acting all like, oh, I'm everything because I got the money. I can talk to you any kind of way, physically treat you any kind of way. Oh, that's when you're gonna get your, that's when you're gonna find out. That's when you're gonna F around and find out. In all these other places, that's anywhere in the world, but especially overseas. You on vacation somewhere, you gonna start acting a fool, man. You crazy. And I think the other is the dumbest part of it is some people think, let somebody be taller than most of the people. I'm taller than all these people here, or a little bit more muscular or whatever. Um, let's just use Thailand for example. Where do you think from? One of the most lethal martial arts on earth, man. Yo, if David can find, hey, Goliath can find out real quick what David can do. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not religious. I'm just saying something I know some religious folk don't know. And there's a lot of y'all who are, so you'll get that metaphor. You feel me? It's yeah, the giant can get chopped down. Don't get it twisted. Real quick. You know, I'm a tall brother, but when I was in Malaysia, I came with respect to everybody. I ain't care that I'm taller than most of these people. Hey, how you doing? Learn the way to say hi, say it every time, say thank you every time and keep it pushing. And I had no problems. Everybody was more or less fascinated with me. I was the wow, a real life tall black American guy. And of course you get a little bit of the people curious, wondering if you're some kind of superstar, some kind of athlete, some kind of rapper, whatever. They all want to, they always wanted to go there with it. But I'll give it credit. A lot of people didn't outright just come run up and ask you those questions. They just wait for you to tell them what you are, and then they're like, "Oh wow!" Like you say, I'm doing you. I do YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm an artist. And, and they're just it's interesting, like it would be to you. It's all gonna be interesting because it's different. So I really appreciated what he was saying in that video, and I think the ultimate thing he's saying about with Venezuela opening up, first of all, and he made a joke of it that like there's some usual creeps just probably rubbing their hands together like, yeah, I can't wait to get. Well, first and foremost, with the way things like that usually go, you're talking 5 to 10 years before it would probably be actually comfortable on the level of what these people are used to. Not to say they don't already have infrastructure and already have some areas that are nice with nice housing. Of course, that's always the case in these places that people here have been labeling third world and all this for years. It's what I learned a long time ago from going to. I think the first time I truly experienced how much of that is not completely true, and it's painting a picture on purpose so that there's an elite class of people who have some money who go there and build and live fly, while everybody else, for the most, yeah, the majority might be poor, the majority might be blue collar and just trying to get by. But there's always a nice area where the people got all this money and these mansions. And I'll never forget going to Tijuana. And after we left the market area that's right on the border of San Diego, you get up in the mountains, you feel like you in freaking Hollywood. You feel like you in Bel Air. You feel like you in, seriously. Like I saw Tony Stark, Iron Man level mansions, modern style, hanging off of cliffs, just like they do in California. I said, look at this shit. Only thing I hate is that by the time we got to that, we started in the daytime, but we ended in the night. And by the time we were up in that part, it was nighttime, so I couldn't see it all in full splendor. But it was amazing. Just how the other part of Tijuana and the wealth that still exists, even in a place that's so known for, oh, it's red light district, oh, it's so poor, it's so that. Yeah, right. That's all that stuff they sell everybody, so that you don't feel like if you do get a little bit of money and want to invest or live outside the box. And I mean, people hop the border all day in San Diego. If you're from California and you near San Diego, or you ever live, you know what I'm talking about, to get their medications. Because the drug thing is huge there. I'm talking about everything's cheaper. Everything's like 4 times cheaper or whatever times cheaper. So it's like, it's amazing how people, if you don't know, you wouldn't know. But if you know, it's like that, it's that regional secret of something. Yes.